Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out Luminesca, which is by Matt Glanville, and this is a really interesting looking underwater exploration game with an obvious, really good set of aesthetics going for it. This is one of those games that as soon as I saw it I knew this is like absolutely something I need to check out because I'm probably not going to be disappointed by it. As far as I can tell, this is a alpha release. This is like a pre-release version. I'm not sure exactly where we are in the development cycle, but from what I could read from the developer's website for it, there's going to be 5 chapters, each pre-released, and then eventually they'll all be polished up and turned into a final package. So we're somewhere in that process, and I'm not sure exactly where, but the developer submitted it to me. It looked really cool, so I thought let's give it a play. So let's very quickly first check out our help. Play the game with a mouse, keyboard, or game controller mix and match. Alright, so we'll probably check out the game controller then, because that usually works best for me. But it's nice to see that there's controls for pretty much everything. So let's grab that controller then. It's messing around with the analog stick and the D-pad, didn't seem to do anything. So here we are, Chapter 1. Alright, so we play as this little guy here. This little floaty jellyfish looking guy who's got quite a bit of light coming out of him. As you can see, all his friends seem to be creating shadows as you go by, which is kind of interesting. And then they completely disappear when you go on top. So let's see what we've got going on around us. First thing, of course, I feel like we're almost in a situation like in Ecco the Dolphin, where that first area is like opened up and you just sort of wander around getting fish and then everything just goes to hell. Although this is a little bit more... Wow, okay, there's a wild thing going on behind me there. Really strange looking, but really cool at the same time. I'm also getting that insanely twisted Shadow Planet vibe from the silhouetted style and the mechanical bits and pieces moving around. I'm kind of into that aesthetic. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so that part right down there is... there's a bit of a current going and I can't quite make it down, so I guess that is not going to be the way forward yet. There does appear to be some sort of an object over there with one of those little guys stuck in it. Not sure if maybe that's something I can touch or play with. Trying around to mess with my controller just to see if there's any buttons I'm not picking up on right away. It doesn't seem like it. The walls seem to be a little bit variable, perhaps, with where you contact with them. Some of the walls seem like you can go right through them, other walls seem to have a hard line on them, and they don't always seem to correlate. I guess you can use the shadows sort of as your guide for that. Ah, okay. I didn't realize it. Using my light, once I get down here, I can realize there's actually a hole through what appeared to be just solid black. Also, I'm noticing a little bit of a frame rate drop while I'm playing this. I'm not sure if that's due to recording or just the game's inherently a little bit like that. There's also a flickering borderline here going on where I'm guessing this is where the effect for the top of the water sits up against the actual surface of what would be the normal playable area. Not a big deal, but just thought I'd point that out. So he seems to be quite happy and at home living in there, and I wonder what this guy up here is doing. Like somebody from Abe's Odyssey or something. Like Oddworld denizens. So clearly I'm going to stand inside of there and see what happens. So that's going to open up that flashlight, which is going to shine on that cave, which, again, you would have thought perhaps was just solid. It is not. Although if I went over here, I probably would have figured that out too. But I like the idea behind this, and I'm very curious to see where we go with it. Oh, wow. What did I just turn into? Some kind of little anglerfish guy with a green little light on his head. I'm not sure what that's about at all. Thought it was going to be a jellyfish for the whole game. Oh wow, what are you? You don't want to eat me, do you? You want to be friends? I don't know, you look like you're having a good time though, so I guess I won't mess with you too much. This is a very Loco Roco thing for them to do actually, which is great because I love that game. Oh wow, this background is beautiful. Sometimes it's just a really nice elegance and simplicity in having just a few shades just receding into the background, and that's really what this was designed around. I think it works really well. And it's clearly getting quite a bit darker as we move down. Not sure if that's exactly where we want to be just yet, but there's plenty more exploring to do, I'm sure. Let me hang out in here. Alright, that's going to open that up as long as I'm in it. but as soon as I move away, it's going to go. And I'm pretty sure I don't have an ability to jump through that fast enough. I'm noticing a little light coming from inside of my character. I think it may be like a shiny heartbeat or something. I thought it was happening when I was pressing B, but I think it's happening by itself. I can't quite tell. As is sometimes the case, there doesn't seem to be much of any tutorialization, which I usually find is actually a strength. Because if your game can stand on its own without having anything like that, it's usually a little bit better and more user-friendly or accessible. I like this yak up here, or whatever he's supposed to be. Really interesting setting, actually. We've got a very naturalistic, sort of soothing underwater situation, and then contrast that with this very harsh, industrialized, and sort of alien-looking landscape going on above. Those two things coming together, it definitely catches my interest quite a bit, and then when you add on the beautiful underwater setting here, I absolutely want to see what's going on. I would love it if you could interact with these bits here, these foliage bits, the coral or whatever they are. It'd be nice if we could just sort of bump into them and see them move around, but, you know, can't have everything. Whoa. Oh, it's that crazy thing in the background again. That is really creepy. It looks like some sort of phantom or a wraith or something underwater. The way it moves, too, is really silky. And, of course, I have to point out the lovely particles in the water, too. Those are nice. And then these gas effects coming up. I'm wondering if these actually have to do with the story. Maybe I have to do something with them. What are you guys? You horseshoe crabs or something? You want to mess with me a little bit, or no, you're just going to hang out, I guess. Oh, wow, what am I looking at there? Okay, I guess that block has something going on inside of it. I can't quite tell what, though. Let's go over to this side. Oh, okay. We're lighting stuff up. I like that. Not sure why, though, yet. And there's also nice little hints of ambient sound coming in a little bit as we do that. Just a gentle little flute-type sound going off in the background, which is a, you know, nice touch. The ocean in itself can be a very foreboding and atmospheric thing, so really to not go overboard with sound effects is probably really preferable. And I think right now we're hitting a really nice balance, although I'm not sure to what degree the sound design has been completely developed or finished yet, so that may not even be ideal yet. But where it is right now, I'm not having any issues with. Oh wow, super pretty. Alright, so we've got some luminescent tendrils hanging out down here. I'm gonna guess these are probably dangerous. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I'm just gonna guess. I almost found out there by accident. Should be able to hang out in here, maybe? No? There we go. Just gonna light us up a little bit. I'd be wondering if there's any kind of map or anything. It doesn't appear so. Come on. No, you don't light up? I'm clicking all my buttons just in case I'm doing something wrong. I was under the impression that sitting on them for a while charges them and then they slowly go back down again, but maybe not. Feels like some of them just seem to go and others don't. Not sure what that's about at all. I'm getting hints of sound again. Pretty sure it's not coming from any here, these sides, though. Oh, wow, okay, so that might be a secret, because there's no indication at all that that's something you can go through, unless this light right here is what's stopping it. Which is quite possible. You know, once that... Oh, no. Still can't really tell that that's something we can go through. The one thing that isn't really present yet, and I don't know if that's intentional or what, is just that there doesn't seem to be much of a drive to figure anything out because you don't really know what the framing is for why you're even here. And personally, I don't have any problem with that, but I know some people might. Some people tend to be a little bit quick to judge when it comes to things like that. And I would probably let this go and establish some sort of characterization through, you know, the course of the gameplay, but other people, you know, might want to know right away why they're doing what they're doing. Let's see if I can interact with... Oh, no, okay, they don't like me. But like I said before, this could just be the fact that it's pre-release. There's still a bunch of stuff maybe still in the works, or I just haven't reached that point in the game yet where that becomes relevant. And if that's the case, then perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. Let's move on to the right here. I believe this is the area I haven't explored yet. Without a map, it's a little tough to say, but I believe this is it. Oh boy, what's going on down here? We got a light. Whoa. Oh crap, that just chomped shut. Okay, so that's a trap. You can tell there's little teeth down there, but I wasn't sure if that was the case. I'm not sure why that crab thing is just sitting there, but he seems to be blocking the light that makes you want to go toward it. Maybe I need to use that as a puzzle or something. I think the coolest part about this is just going to be meeting all these crazy little creatures and finding nooks and crannies that I wasn't sure I could get into. If there are puzzles, I'm definitely going to be into that as well. I think underwater is definitely a really great surreal environment to put puzzle design into. And you can probably make some really interesting and out-of-the-box types of gameplay scenarios that I don't think you'll probably see a lot of other places. I mean, the fact that you're weightless and have a decent reason for it is already a pretty good framing. I wonder if I can use these guys for anything. No? Not sure. Okay. Well, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go at this point. It seems like I've gone as far as I can tell in every direction that I saw to be a direction to proceed in. It may also be that we're just so early in development here, there may not be a ton to see yet, you know, as far as progression goes. But I do really enjoy what's here so far, and I think this is a great foundation. If that is the case, and again, I may be wrong, but if all that I've seen is what's here as far as for now, I'm totally cool with that. I think this is a great start, and I could easily see this blossoming into something really, really cool, with a lot of really big appeal that a lot of people would want to see. I mean, it's simplistic, it's accessible, it's quite elegant, the design in it is beautiful. I think everything is really on the right path already. And this is that little cubby hole I found that I already ended up in before. I don't think I can go anywhere else here. It's definitely foreboding. There's a bit of a, like a windy drone that starts to hit after you get down to a certain depth. And it definitely starts to sink in how lonely it might be down here, because there doesn't seem to be a lot going on. And for good reason. And I'd like to see, as we keep going lower and lower, if we do that, I would like to see, you know, what kind of wild creatures and creations we can run into. And if we ever encounter one of those wraith-type things that I saw floating around in the background, it might be quite terrifying, actually, because that thing looked really monstrous, and particularly alien. And, you know, that's something that really doesn't get emphasized enough, I think, in video games, is just how alien the reality of what's under our ocean is. I mean, it could really be taken to some just absolutely wild, pardon the expression, but depths. I mean, that stuff is actually real, and it already seems way more alien than some of the stuff we can come up with in our own science fiction. So, definitely a good place to mine for content, I would say. Might be a little bit, maybe, I don't know if frustrating is the right word, but it might drain the player a little bit after a while to keep pushing into all the walls to see if they're going to go through. I know that's not really the essence of the gameplay here, because you're really supposed to be using the lights to figure that out. But that seems to be the case a few of the times. There's got to be something up with this block. But it looks like it's sealed on all sides, and there's just some sort of glowy inside. Maybe I just need to have... Oh, this rock seems to be moving now. Do I need to get this thing involved? No, I can't touch it. Well, if there are puzzles and I'm just missing them, then I apologize. I do want to see everything that this has to offer, so I would definitely be up for playing more of it. And definitely a game that I could see myself easily checking in on a few times in future episodes, you know, as development progresses and such. I mean, there's clearly more to do here, because there are situations that are going to involve me flipping these switches. So I probably have to lure over one of those little jellyfish or something. The little yellow guys. As we've seen in the past, they seem to like to stick to certain switches, so I probably needed to use one of those for that. But I will leave that for you guys to check out for yourselves. I don't want to spoil everything there is to do. I'm sure I'm not doing that, though, because there seems to be plenty more to come in the future. But still, even if this is all that we have at the moment, I don't want to spoil all of that either. And we are back where we started. So that's going to do it for Luminesca. Pretty easy recommendation. Something you'll definitely want to get on the ground floor if possible. And that's just pretty easy to do. Just head on over to Desura. I'm going to put the links right in the description. And oh, wow. I just realized I have a direct light. I don't know how I didn't notice that. I thought I played around with the right thumbstick quite a bit, actually. Well, that's going to change everything, isn't it? I'm glad I realized that at the last moment. Otherwise, it would have probably gotten quite a few angry comments. Well, now I kind of feel obligated to go check stuff out a little bit more. Ah, I feel your pain. You were probably screaming at me the whole time. Oh, pardon me. I do this a lot, it seems. So what is this going to do? Maybe I need to use this to guide something along with me. Do you guys like light? Well, you know what? This is actually really good. This is a good framing for why I should finish up this episode now. Now that you know, now that we all know, that I have this light that I can use for I don't know what yet. That's going to lead to you guys figuring out how to solve those puzzles without my help. Although, wait, what? I thought I just shot the light into this box for a second. No, I guess not. Alright, well now I don't have to push on all the walls because the light's going to set that up for me. That makes way more sense. I don't know how I was even doing this before. What are you? Oh, I can make these luminescent guys go away. Alright, so when I leave my light down, then my ambient light goes on. I even read that it said the thumbsticks are something I should use. Alright, well before I make myself into a hypocrite... Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that is what I have to do. I have to pull this guy back with me, and then use him for that switch. Because he just wants to follow the light. That makes sense. I think that's a pretty good mini puzzle. But, you know, it's a first impression show. I don't always get everything right, as I'm sure you guys already know, and hopefully the developer isn't cringing too hard. But I still don't think that really changes anything about my opinion. Having this light just makes it make a little bit more sense now. So we will make our way up slowly but surely, and I will wrap up this episode. So yeah, feel free to go check this out. Link's going to be in the description. Very cool game. Very much worth your time. And something to watch as the future of its development pushes on. So that will do it for today. As always, remember to head on over to the website, www.indie-impressions.com. Check out all the videos, old and new. They're all sorted by genre, distribution method, and you can also check out by tags and search by developers as well. So there's all kinds of good stuff for you there. And when you're done with the website, www.facebook.com/indieimpressions. Leave a like on that if you choose, and then you'll get every day's new video delivered right into your Facebook stream. It keeps it nice and convenient for you. That way you don't have to go looking for them. And then if you have any questions or concerns, you can also message me right through there. And I also do news updates and contests through there as well. So there's all kinds of stuff for you to check out on the Facebook page. And look at that, we've just unlocked a bajillion new little areas to go investigate. And I am quite psyched to see how this pans out. So last thing is I also take quite a few different message sources, so if you want to send me something, at RockLeeSmile is probably the quickest way to reach me on Twitter. I also have a contact form on my website, and that's fine as well as taking PMs via Reddit, YouTube, or Twitter. So whatever works for you works for me. And that is going to do it for another episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you check this one out. I really quite like it, and I think you might as well. Even if so far all we've really done is guided a couple little glowy guys over to switches. I'm sure it's going to get more interesting as we go. What are you? Oh, more crabby guys. And let's float on into the depths. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you come back again tomorrow for another awesome indie game. And I hope you have a lovely night. I will see you later.